The 2020 and 2021 GTI marks the end of the Mark 7 Golf line in the North American market, to make way for the new and fully redesigned Mark 8 cars for the 2022 model year. The Golf was first introduced as an intended replacement for the Beetle in 1974, with the first high-performance variant, the Mark 1 GTI, in 1976, and has been a hit ever since. While production of the Golf is a worldwide affair, depending on market locations, our vehicle is produced at the Puebla Assembly Plant in Puebla, Mexico. Our car was produced in January of 2020. Despite the fact that the GTI and other markets are available in either 3 or 5-door body styles, for North America, there are no plans, sadly, for a 3-door version. We will have to do with just a 5-door hatch, but at least we get the option of a manual transmission. With a 228 horsepower turbocharged engine, aggressive stance, fast roofline, and the huge 18-inch alloy wheels, the Golf GTI has unmistakable style. It's flash, with a whole lot of substance. So says the brochure. Available in 3 trims, the S, SE and Autobahn, our car is representative of the mid-level SE version.
Hello everyone, in today's review we are taking a look at this very nice and very well equipped 2020 Volkswagen GTI. This GTI is painted in pure white. It does feature the Titan black leather interior with red accent stitching. While the leather is actually a premium, I'd prefer the Clark Plaid's cloth seats instead. Full pricing for the GTI is shown on screen, and a full options list breakdown is in the description box below. Today's review will be an in-depth review of the exterior, the interior, engine and performance, as well as luggage capacity.
All GTIs and Golfs, for that matter, are front-wheel drive featuring VAQ front differential locks and variable drive mode selection. Power comes from the 2-liter dual overhead cam, 16-valve turbocharged and intercooled inline 4-cylinder engine. This engine is of iron block and aluminum head construction with turbo-stratified fuel injection and a 9.6:1 compression ratio. It creates 228 horsepower at 4,700 RPM and 258 pound-feet of torque at a low 1,500 RPM. The GTI is quick. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds, with 0 to 100 miles per hour coming in at 14.5 seconds. The quarter mile is elapsed in 14.5 seconds at 100 miles per hour, with its top speed governor limited to 125 miles per hour. The GTI is equipped with a 13.2 US gallon fuel capacity and consumes 3.7 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 356 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 24 miles per gallon in the city, 32 miles per gallon on the highway, and an overall average of 27 miles per gallon. As an option, one could have their GTI equipped with the 7-speed DSG gearbox. However, purists rejoice. Our car has a shift-yourself 6-speed manual transmission.
Alright, and as we walk around the rear of the GTI, as you can see, a lot of the heritage hatchback design theme remains the same throughout the years since it was introduced in the 1980s, including this C-pillar here. That curve on the rear door follows the same lines as the rear window and the rear tail lamps. That has been a design heritage since its introduction. But of course we do have thoroughly modern updates, including these LED tail lamps and turn indicators, a full stainless steel dual exhaust system, but we still retain the classic GTI red lettering. Our Volkswagen badge here also hides the rear view camera. Also like the gloss black trim here inside this vestigial spoiler, which does hide the third brake light. And as we walk along the profile of the GTI, although the car has gotten bigger over the years, it still retains that compact hatchback design language that the original had. Very short and stout. Wheels at the very edges of the vehicle result in a low center of gravity and excellent handling capabilities. And of course on screen are the exterior dimensions for this vehicle.
Steering is electrically assisted, variable rate, vehicle speed sensitive rack and pinion with 2.1 turns lock-to-lock, and a 35.8-foot turning radius. Wheels are 18 by 7.5-inch two-tone machined aluminum alloys, and are shod in 225/40 or 18 Pirelli Cinturato P7 all-season tires. Brakes are power-assisted dual-circuit four-wheel discs, assisted by electronic stability control for channel ABS. Up front, we have 13.4-inch ventilated rotors with 12 2-inch vented rotors in the rear. The brakes can halt the GTI from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 174 feet.
Alrighty, walking around the front of the GTI, as you can see, very sporty appearance, GTI spec front end treatments. You have these wing mirrors here. They do feature LED side repeaters. You have the GTI badging here on the front fender. Clear lens LED headlamps. They are projector beam headlamps, and they do feature these dual LED running lights that also double as the turn indicators. You can also see the really cool GTI specific red trim that does follow along the entire length of the grille. You also have the GTI badge there, the large Volkswagen roundel, and down below within that area there are the LED fog lamps. Just a really cool front end design on the GTI. Alright, and before we get inside the vehicle, let's take a quick look at the key. Simple remote keyless entry. It is a smart key access system. It is the Volkswagen GTI branded key fob. It is also a switchblade key, but we won't be needing the switchblade. Of course, you have your buttons for lock, unlock, hatch release, and panic alarm. But as stated before, this is a smart key access system, so by keeping the key fob in your purse or pocket, you're able to electronically lock and unlock the vehicle doors. Simply locate this indentation here on the door handle. A single press, the lights will flash. It'll indicate that the vehicle is locked. And to open the doors, simply grab the handle as you would open it. And inside we are greeted to a very sporty, all Titan black leather interior. And as stated before, it does feature red accent stitchings. It is kind of a windy day today, so pardon the wind noise. Taking a look at the door panels here, you do have this faux honeycomb brushed steel trim plate here with satin silver here, satin silver door pulls, power lock controls, power mirror controls with power heating. Of course, you have your power window controls here, window lockout, a padded armrest in vinyl with red accent stitching, a carpeted molded door storage bin here with a bottle holder, door speakers in here. It's nice to show 3 pedals in a very relatively new car. Stainless steel accents. Of course, this vehicle does have a manual transmission. Up here on the driver's side, instrument binnacle is your headlamp controls. It is automatic headlamps. Also have fog lamp controls. Instrument panel bright and dim. A leather wrapped 3-spoke tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Down here you do have a satin silver tread plate. You've also got this small luggage area or storage area here, like a small glove box in the driver's side instrument panel. We do have manual seat adjust for fore and aft, as well as tilt, or you can raise it up and down like a barber chair kind of. This button here actually does the seat recline, and of course you have lumbar support here. And speaking of the seats, very comfortable, aggressively bolstered, supportive bucket seats. As stated before, I'd much prefer the Clark plaid cloth over the leather, but that's just me. Alrighty, now that we're inside, let's pan through the interior and show more details. As stated before, it is a leather-wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel. It is a D-shaped steering wheel with a flat bottom. Satin silver on the spokes, multifunction controls for your volume, audio controls, cruise controls, things of that nature. Over here you have your Bluetooth controls, instrument cluster, information display screen, that kind of thing. It does have the GTI logo here. And inside the Volkswagen area, this area here is this really cool honeycomb texture that gets smaller as it progresses to the center. And of course it does have the red accent stitching. Of course we have our multifunction controls here. We have our turn signal controls, flash to pass and high beam controls. Over on the right hand side we have our front and rear wiper washer controls. And looking straight ahead, we do have a small instrument cluster here. It does have an 8,000 RPM tach with integral coolant temperature gauge. The LCD display screen here for trip computer and multifunction controls. Over here we have a 180 mile/hour speedometer and its fuel gauge. And the screen doesn't show a whole lot of information. It's pretty basic in its operation. It doesn't have the virtual cockpit or anything like that. But we do have various sub-menus here: phone, assist systems, vehicle status, lap timer, that kind of thing. Show the compass. And of course we have our trip reset here. Alrighty, moving over the top of the dashboard, as you can see, we have this gloss black piano trim, this really nice padded vinyl material here, small little wing windows, A-pillar speakers, just a really nice interior. The gloss piano black trim continues down the center console. We do have 2 air vents up here, our passenger side airbag indicator, 4-way flashers, satin silver trim surrounding the vents. We've also got this really nice touchscreen display. It does have AM/FM Sirius XM satellite radio, and of course, as stated before, it does have Bluetooth phone controls, voice commands. We've also got apps here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, MirrorLink. We can also adjust our sound. And of course within the car menu here is really cool. We do have these performance monitors, and it does show basically your turbo boost, your G meter, and your kilowatt power. And of course you can turn it over to the lap timer. Another neat feature is that you can actually change these gauges to suit how you want it. So if you want to show like coolant temperature, you want to show your boost and your G meter, you can actually change all those however you want it. And then of course we go to the menu, and of course we have our different sub-menus here. And last but not least, placing the vehicle in reverse does activate a reverse camera with guidance lines. Alrighty, moving down. Controls here for our heated seats for the front driver and passenger. AC controls, defroster controls, recirculate, and turn the entire system off. It is a manual control system here. We do have temperature control here with our max AC. We've also got fan speed and panel distribution. Moving down the center stack here, just opens up to reveal a USB port and a small storage tray. Down here we have our engine start stop button, our drive mode select. We've also got stability control and the very cool manual transmission selector lever, the gear shift. It does have this really cool golf ball dimpled handle here, satin silver, red accent stitching on the boot. It's a 6-speed manual. I just absolutely love the way this shifter looks. Just very artful in its design. Moving down here, we do have a 12-volt power point, 2 cup holders, gloss black piano trim on the parking brake lever, and a red accent stitched boot. Padded armrest. Opens up to reveal storage. Another nice feature is the fact that it does adjust for tilt. Overall, the interior of the GTI is just a very nice car. It's a very sporty car, but it's also very comfortable. It's a very nice and quiet place to be. Overhead, we do have a frameless automatic dimming rearview mirror. It does have an integrated compass. You've also got integrated HomeLink universal garage door openers in here. And looking overhead, we do have overhead LED reading lights, dome override switch, rear lighting control, sunroof control, sunglasses holder, and of course, various SOS and things of that nature. Overhead in our sun visors, the mirrors are illuminated by LEDs in the ceiling. And of course, the sun visors do swing out and slide out on extensions. In addition, you do have overhead assist handles that are dampened, height adjustable seat belts. Alrighty, now let's take a look at the rear seat. Taking a look at the door panels first. As you can see here, the door treatment is similar. It's some more hard plastic than it is up front, but we still have that honeycomb brushed steel, satin silver door pulls, power window switches down here, door speakers, padded armrest, stitching, and carpeted molding. You've also got door speakers down here as well. No stainless steel tread plates back here. Now onto the seats. The seats do seat 3 across. It would be very cramped, however. It is a 60-40 split folding seat with high adjustable head restraints on all passenger seating areas, as well as 3-point belts. In the center, we do have a center fold-down armrest that does include cup holders. We've also got an additional door here that opens up to reveal a long item cargo pass-through into the trunk. Now overhead, we do have assist handles. We also have reading lights, coat hooks, seat back mat pockets in the backs of the front driver and passenger seats. We've also got positional air vents here. And if you want to fold the seats, it's very easy to do. Locate this lever here at the top of the seat. It unlatches the seat back, and there you go. They fold flat, even with the cargo area, which is a huge bonus. In addition, you do have the seatbelt guide, which keeps the seatbelts out of the way. Alright, let's take a look at the luggage compartment now. Accessing it is very easy. You can use the button on the key fob here, or you can use the Volkswagen emblem. Lifting it up like that actually reveals a handle. As you can see, it is a nice wide opening hatch design. On screen are the luggage area dimensions. As you can see, for a car of this size, it's actually very nice. Very nice load flat floor. It does have the Volkswagen cargo protection system in here. Just a small rubber lined carpeted mat. Underneath, we do have a very compact spare tire. It also features your jack and tools down here as well. On either side, you do have some additional cargo areas here. There's also a 12-volt power point, some tie-down hooks. Your top tethers for your car seats are back here. And of course, you've also got this privacy cover here. Let's go ahead and fold the seats down real quick. As you can see, I did remove the cargo cover, but I'm going to actually show you how easy it is to fold the seats here. From the luggage area, very easy to access the levers for the seat folders. And as you can see, cargo area improves, as you can see on screen with the dimensions. One interesting feature also in the hatch area, this is actually your emergency hatch release with the key. Alrighty, and that does conclude our in-depth walk-around look at the 2020 Volkswagen Golf GTI. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.